Good morning. I wanted to talk you through the PowerPoint because there was a lot of questions yesterday. Um, what I want you to do is read the slides 1 through 15. It's optional, but if you open the guided notes on the Google Doc, you can hit File and then make a copy. This will be for you. A lot of you are requesting access. By requesting access, you want to access my original copy. How I had it set up and shared with you on Google Classroom. The only way to share it was just share view only. I could not share it where you can have your own copy. So you'd have to, again, open the Google Doc for your notes and then hit File and make a copy, and then that will be yours. You know how I do optional assignments, so wouldn't be surprised if an optional assignment pops up in about 2 weeks asking you to turn in your completed notes. So when we go through this, there's also 5 questions to answer, which you would be answering on a clicker. Obviously, we don't have that option from home, so I entered those questions as a Google form, which had to be a separate assignment, and that is assignment number 316. So you can answer those questions on that Google form, and I want you to get the answers based on our notes. So let's get started. Right out of the gate, I start with a question. Surprise. The movement of water between the oceans, atmosphere, land, and living organisms is the blank. Just think about this carefully before you read, or when you read. Um, it's asking about the movement of something. So that's important to think about that as you move on. The bell ringer, again, this is to get you thinking. So we're talking about cycles. So this one is, what are the 3 different physical states of water that are found on Earth? Do some thinking. If you know the states of matter, solid, liquid, gas, where are you going to find water that's a solid, water that's a liquid, and water that's a gas? What are those 3 forms? Yes, ice, water, and water vapor. So here's a very long word, and Mrs. Mangapore is going to be thrilled if she knew I was talking about this. Break it down. Let's use your language arts skills to help you answer this. Biogeochemical. So if you think about it, let's break it down. What does bio mean? Geo, and then lastly, chemical. So if you think about those 3 words by themselves, you've got life, earth, chemicals. So put it together. What do you think? Long drawn out definition is the ways in which an element, such as carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen, and you know there's 100 more, or compounds such as water, sugars, and CO2, move between its various living and non-living forms and locations in the biosphere, geosphere, atmosphere, and hydrosphere is called a biogeochemical cycle. Biogeochemical cycles important to living organisms include the water, carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur cycles. And again, there's a lot more. We are going to just look at 3: water, carbon, and nitrogen. Simple definition to put, because you're probably wondering what should I put on that first line, is the movement of chemicals between life, earth, and the atmosphere. There's your word chemicals, there's your bio, and here's your geo. What do we mean by chemicals? Well, the chemicals can be the elements themselves, which we're going to talk about, or the compounds in which they form, such as water, H2O, sugar, C6H12O6, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, nitrogen gas. The oxygen you're breathing may have been inhaled by ancient Romans. Think about it. Think about what that means. You could be breathing the same air as ancient Romans. Now the video is going to end, so unfortunately I'm going to have to do a second video to keep you going.